So, if you could write it in the chat, I think it's gonna be one-on-one. I got a few questions to ask you today, but the first question, always the most important question for when we show up to a meeting. Two things that we need when we show up. You can write it in the chat, or you can unblock your mic. I will put my notes right here, so I'm looking down. All right, so here we go. So I was thinking, we went through finding our purpose, setting objectives to live our purpose every day, setting lifelines on when we have to live and do and accomplish these objectives, when we know we have to take action, we have to change people's lives, and we just went over communication. But what are communicating? What happens when you've been doing it day after day, week after week, month after month, and the months turn into years? And at a certain point, you get a bit tired. Like, oh, I got to do this again. I got to go through the motions again. So the question today is, am I committed or am I interested? So we're going to go through 3 questions that we can ask ourselves to remind ourselves, hey, if I can answer these questions the right way, then I know I'm committed. Just to remind myself that I am committed. So the question today is, the first question is, am I committed? Am I committed or am I interested? So make sure you write that down. And so we're going to go through 3 questions to reveal, man, am I still committed to being the best that I can be? In my family? In my sport? The game of football? Am I really committed? So, question number 1. Do I still show up and execute when I don't feel like it? Ask yourself that question. Do I still show up and execute when I don't feel like it? So sometimes that means, do I just listen to my emotion and how I feel? Because it's great to show up. It's great to show up. I am committed. Am I committed or am I just interested? Exactly. So make sure you note that down, guys. And you make the decision. And when you answer these questions, you'll see that, man, I'm actually committed to what I'm doing. Or you'll say, man, I've been interested. I've only been interested, so I need to get committed to working on my craft every single day. So the question we ask is, do I still show up and execute when I don't feel like it? So after having found my purpose, setting my objectives, living it at the right time, and taking action, changing people's lives, and communicating well. After having done this for so long, man, am I still committed? Like, do I still love this? Here's another one. Are my daily habits aligned with what I say I want, even when no one is watching? One of the most important parts of that question is when no one is watching. And I'll say it one more time. Are my daily habits aligned with what I say I want, even when no one is watching? So, I want to get stronger. I'm currently at the bench press. I currently push 175 pounds 10 times. I want to get to pushing 225 15 times. There's a big gap. If I'm committed, I will show up exactly the amount of times that my program says I'm supposed to show up to the gym. I'm going to push the weight. If I'm interested, I might read the program. I know I have to go to the gym. I'll skip out on 2, maybe 3 sessions every here and there. I'm getting stronger, but I'm just interested in what I have. What I say is that I want to get stronger and push that 225 15 times. But my habits of skipping, it's not in accordance with what I want and what I'm saying. But if I'm committed, the day I receive the program, I look and I schedule the time that I have to go to the gym. And I go to the gym. I do my warm up, and I understand that in order to push more on the bench, it's not only bench press that I got to do. There are other exercises that I have to do to strengthen every muscle that I need. So you see the difference? When I'm committed, I'm looking at the objective and everything that it takes to accomplish that objective. If I'm interested, I will glance at the objective and I might do some things. I might find out some things that I need to do to accomplish it. So commitment is you dive deep into the study of your goal. Interest is you glance at what it might take to accomplish your goal, if that makes sense. Next question. When things get difficult, do I adjust and keep going? Or do I slow down and make an excuse? And you know what? Slowing down is not a bad thing. It's more the excuse part. So we'll switch it. Do I stop and make an excuse? So when things get difficult, you feel like life hits, right? Life hits. You could lose a close one, go through a breakup, fail exams. Won't talk about that one, because no athlete should talk about getting injured, so we won't talk about that. Can you repeat the question? Yes, of course. And you know what? I'll even put it here. Here. Boom. When things, we'll put, or do I stop and make excuses? So, when things get difficult, do I adjust and keep going? So when you're faced with a problem, let's say exams. You have an exam coming up, you've studied well, and you failed. Do you stop and make an excuse like, man, I studied well, I did everything I could, I just didn't have the time to give more, I work, I have other subjects to study, and man, it was just overwhelming, everything that's going on. My mom's telling me this, my dad's telling me that, I had practice, and so that's, if ever you find yourself complaining or making excuses, stop, be aware of what you're doing, and record yourself, and then listen to yourself making those excuses. Play it and listen. The only person we want to convince is ourselves that everything was not working for me to have success. Instead of when that moment hits and things are difficult and you start to adjust, is you fail the exam. All right, you know what? Let's go look at the exam. What did I get wrong? And we spoke about having a great friendship, a great connection with our teacher, so our teacher is on our side, especially during our football season. Well, when I fail the exam, you go sit down with your teacher, you adjust, and you say, hey, teach, I need to know and understand what I got wrong. Because remember this, right? If I fail an exam In the school system, it says you failed the exam because you got some answers wrong. But if you do the exam, you fail the exam, you have some answers wrong, and then you go see the teacher and you guys go over it, and then you understand every every question, what difference does it make when you're out of school? You have become the person who knows how to ask for help, how to adjust, and now you know every answer to the exam. When we start studying, not only to pass the exam, but to learn from the exam, to learn from the answers, the game becomes different. Because yes, the exam is there for a certain amount of time, but what can it teach me? So I'll put the first, here we go. And that's why we say, guys, be an eternal student. Like, what is life wanting to teach me at this moment? All right. Now, here are three indicators that will tell you, that will show you that, man, you're just interested. You're interested in football. You're interested in school. You're interested in becoming the best, the best version of yourself. All right. So you do things and you leave room for comfort and excuses, like we just spoke about. So you don't go all in. Right? So what does it look like in our position in Receiver Academy, Running Back Academy, to go all in? Showing up to every session. For most people, when we say show up for every session, show up for every event, the idea comes, oh man, but my schedule's already booked. I have so many other things going on. That's okay for normal people. When you are committed, the initial thought is, all right, what do I have to move in my schedule to make these sessions fit in? See how different that is? Other people, the regular thought pattern of a person is to start making excuses on why they cannot get it done. So they make a statement. I cannot do this. There are too many sessions. But the true heart of a champion, the true mindset of a champion that is committed, asks the question, what do I have to do and move in order to make the sessions fit my schedule? So your brain stays open and will give you the answers. When you're able to ask yourself, your brain will give you the answers. So go all in. So going all in is showing up to every session, in-person session. Showing up for the Thursday call. And at the end of the call, guys, I am going to apologize for something. Showing up to the personal growth calls. Studying your craft. When you go to the in-person Running Back Receiver Academy sessions, if you're able to bring a tripod, place it somewhere that's not in the way, and film yourself. Your phone should be like the storage in your phone should almost be full, because you have videos of yourself running your routes, doing the cone drills. Because being committed is not doom scrolling. Being committed is sitting down and looking at you doing your footwork, at you running your routes. Because when you watch yourself, your brain's going to say, wow, we did that extremely well. Let's keep doing that. And here's how we can better it. Oh, crap, we didn't do that well. Let's adjust that. You literally become your own coach before you step onto the field. That's how we start winning, guys, off the field before we even get there. If you're able to film one-on-ones, your brain will register how you react to a DB in a certain position. And if you study it enough times, because we don't always run one-on-ones, guys. But if you're able at home to study it enough times, your brain will make your body automatically do it. when you get on the field. The corner's playing inside shade. He is 3 yards off. You don't have to think anymore. You saw it on film. He's looking straight at me. You get set up, and you've watched it so many times that as you get set up, he's exactly where you knew he would be. Your brain says, man, we are gonna get open. Or I know exactly how to get the leverage on him so I can make that block. And next thing you know is you make that block, and who comes running right behind you? You're running back. Touchdown. You don't have to be the strongest, but you need to know you. All right. So, am I truly going all in, or am I leaving room for comfort and excuses? Yeah, but Jay, it's a lot of time, man, to place my tripod, film me, and I look like a weirdo. No one else is doing it. Well, there's your indicator you're doing the right thing. If no one else is doing it and you're doing it, you're doing the right thing. All right. And we spoke about this, guys. So number 2, here's how you know if you're interested, just interested. Your effort depends on how you feel. Man, I'm tired. I don't feel like going to practice, so I ain't gonna go. Man, I'm tired. I really don't feel like watching film. I'd rather go sleep. I'm sore. Every movement hurts. My legs are shattered. I'm not going to the gym. I have no more patience. I don't wanna have this team call with my receivers, my running backs. I ain't gonna show up. Guys, you do that once and it becomes it's poison. Because then your brain starts to say, it's okay. It's okay, man. You feel like that? It's okay. Because our brain is there to protect us. Make us feel comfortable. That's what our brain wants. We need to program it. And start programming it with that belief that no matter how I feel, I am a person of action and I get things done. Write that down. No matter how I feel, I am a person of action and I get things done. No matter how I feel, I am a person of action and I get things done. Here's the last indicator that we're going to look at. And there's a bunch of indicators, but this is a great one. When life hits, because life hits and it is painful. And David Goggins said this best. He said, man, when we feel pain, and if you guys don't know who David Goggins is, just let me know. I'll send you his account on IG. He said, when we feel pain, we tend to forget who the flip we really are. We forget everything we've done and the power that we have, the strength that we have. So here's my question is, your indicator that you're just interested is, you lower your standards when it gets hard. Like your standard of living is here, right? But then life happens. Someone laughs at you because you're overly committed to what you have to do, and you're like, "Oh, let me bring my standard down because I don't want to feel like I am not part of the group. I want to be part of the group. I don't want to be excluded." So your standard goes down. You stop getting up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym at 6 a.m. because no one's there, apart from the people who are committed. You go to school and someone says, "Man, you study so much," and they laugh at you, and you're like, "Ah." And it's hard, guys. Say you have 3 friends. Two of those 3 friends laugh at you because you study so much. If you're not committed and you're just interested, your standard goes down. I won't study so much, man. I just want to be part of the group. When you are committed, no matter if life is hard, life is easy, life is smooth, life crashes, your standard raises. Because your mind is programmed to say, life is teaching us something right now. What do we have to learn? And I know after learning this, I'm going to level up. You naturally level up when you have that thought process. And here's a great question that a man, one of my favorite motivational speakers, asked. He said, "Are you a wandering generality, or are you a meaningful specific?" So ask yourself, are you part of what everyone is doing with diluted focus everywhere? Or are you working on your craft every single day, no matter of how you feel or what people say? Are you a wandering generality like the rest of the world? Or are you a meaningful specific? If you're a wandering generality, take it like this. Right now, if I were beside you and I were to just tap you on your shoulder with an open hand, it wouldn't feel too much. You wouldn't feel too much. It wouldn't hurt. But if I were to generate that same tap only with this little part of my finger right into your shoulder, it would feel a lot more. Wandering generalities have no push, no energy, no strength, and if they do, it's little. So that's diluted focus. But when you are a meaningful specific, that focus, that's concentrated focus at one place in your life that you are just beating on your craft every single day, and it doesn't make sense to the rest of them, guys. It's not supposed to. Don't ever find yourself fighting and arguing with people that are not even doing what you want to do. I'm telling you, it could be your parents, it could be your brothers, your siblings, it could be your cousins, it could be your best friend, especially best friends, guys. If you've grown up with people and they're not where you want to be, you don't have to argue with them. You know you. So you do you. But make sure that you're committed, because people who are interested just drift off. But people who are committed become champions. And that's every single day. So the point of this call, guys, was while you're taking action every single day, remind yourself that you're committed to all of this. Committed to making it to the next level in your football career. Committed to being the best student that you can. And the best student that you can be, it doesn't have to be 100%. It doesn't have to be 90%. If you being the best student is having a B at the moment, then you go get that B. If it's having A's, you go get that A. But you need to make sure that you're committed at being the best you. And the greatest thing about this is only you are in control of this. No one else. It's not your job. It's not your teacher. It's not your mother, your brother. No one else. So on that note, guys, I know you're not interested, or else you wouldn't be here tonight. I know you're committed. So I want to encourage you to keep going. And I want to apologize. Last week, we had canceled the call and I sent no notification. And we had someone, I don't know if, I know someone logged in, but I want to apologize. That will never happen again. Communication, guys, we just went over it last month, is very important, and I did not communicate. So that's on me. So again, if ever we have to cancel a call, you will get a notification. But for today, guys, keep being committed. And if you can film yourself doing everything, do it. Do it. Guys, I still have clips of, it's a university. I still have clips of when I was training for high school. And I sometimes watch them just to remind me, like, oh, I was that guy. I am that guy. Make sure you film, 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 film. So on that note, we are done. 6:28, guys. That went by extremely fast.